Welcome, everybody. Hey, how are you? How you doing? Hope all is well. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. It's a beautiful thing. Leading things off, we're joined by a youth empowerment advocate, a speaker, an author of several books. He joins us today to speak about how his youth empowerment program is inspiring the next generation to be the best version of themselves. So please welcome to the show, Samuel Goodman. Samuel, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Bob Lee, I appreciate everything you've done over the many, many decades.
Whoa, there you go.
I said many, so that's only two, so 2 decades. But definitely appreciate it, all the work that you've done. You've been an inspiration and a mentor to me. Definitely picking up the baton to carry on the work that you do.
Thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you, what made you want to gravitate towards starting a youth empowerment program or group?
Well, over the years, we've seen a lot of changes in our communities, a lot of need, really a need for more mentorship, more guidance, direction with our youth. And for me, I was fortunate enough I grew up in Irvington, and I was fortunate enough at the age of 15 to sit in meditation for about 30 minutes. And that was my first major revelation. And I literally changed my life.
Yeah.
Mentally decided to change my life in that moment. And it worked for me. And I just know, as I started to.
Through meditating, you came up with these ideas, because a lot of things come to you, through prayer and through meditation. So this came up, and then how did you work it all out? How did you make it come to fruition?
Well, I focused on the results. I told myself that I would change. I started walking differently, talking differently. I said, if it had to be, it was up to me. If
you're gonna do, it's up to you.
That's right. And I want to change. I want to change in my life and in my environment, things that I was around, the people. And I went from A through F student to straight A's, A's and B's, straight A's, super honor roll. And it was a mental conscious decision to change my life.
And now that you change your life, you're able to help others get what they need.
Absolutely, because I have a brother who, he was in and out of incarceration since he was 13. And I was finishing up college, my associate's degree, and probably around, I don't know, I had to be around 18, 19 or 20 or so. And one day he came home, he was in between incarceration and he was going for a job. And I sat him down and we went over a mock interview. He was going to the interview with a Hawaiian shirt, and I gave him a dress shirt, a tie. We did a mock interview, and he got the job on the spot. And he knew that it was because of what we went over. And I knew then that I had the gift of mentorship and personal development.
Yeah, and whatever you want to do in life, you have to prepare before you get there. And that's what you were helping him to do. That's a beautiful thing. Talk about some of the services that the Youth Empowerment Program provides. What age group are you working with?
My book, 20 Things to Master Before After Age 20. It's the subtitle is a Youth Empowerment Toolbook because it's for ages 11 and up. And that's a very crucial and important age. I remember being at that age. I was 11. I used to go to the grocery store and bag groceries for tips so I could come home and
with a pocket full of change.
Yeah, five to $10 was a phenomenal day.
Yeah.
And I would give that to my mother, and she would send me back out to go get food for the night. And so, but at that age, like I said, my brother started to get in trouble. He was a year older, and I have, two younger sisters, so I had to step up. And so 11, 12 years old is a transitional period from kid to young adult. And unfortunately, a lot of young brothers and sisters have hit the streets that early and just got on the wrong path. So the 20 things is centered around personal development, life skills for young people. I wrote it in my late 30s, but with the wisdom of late 30s, but I wrote it for that young person so that they can process it. It's an easy read. They can write in it and do self-assessments, very easy read, but more importantly, giving them that information that they need, because at that age, there's going to be a crossroad, there's going to be a V, I call it a V road of decision. You're either going to go to the left or to the right. And we know that we don't want them to go down the wrong path, and we want them to obviously choose it. And they want to choose it, but they just need the right information.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to take that journey on their own. Unfortunately, a lot have.
Yeah. Where can you pick this book up at?
I have a website, www.thinkoutsideTheBlock.
Yeah.
-thebook.com. That's my personal website. I prefer direct orders. Think outside the block -the book. Not think outside the box. Think outside the block.
No, I get it.
Right.
Outside the block. I mean, all of us who grew up in certain neighborhoods, that's how we thought, because we were conditioned to believe that this is all there was inside of this box or inside of this block or inside of this neighborhood, until you get a chance to see other things and see what other people are doing. And you just got to get out of there and travel, and it'll help you to realize that, there's a whole lot more to what you're growing up inside of, or what you're conditioned to believe there is. There's a whole new world out there for you, and it's waiting for you, and you can do anything you want. All you got to do is put your mind to it and just follow that dream, but make sure it's strong and make sure you're passionate about what you want to do, and you'll get there.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of those other programs that you have.
And just to piggyback on what you just said before I segue into that, for me, it was Jet Magazine, Ebony Magazine as a teenager. Although I was mentally in the hood, in a place, physically, I removed, I was physically there, but mentally I was taken away. So I tell folks, regardless of your environment, you can mentally remove yourself from that situation. So the other
Nelson
book,
Mandela did it.
What's
Nelson
that?
Mandela did it. I mean, he was in jail for 27 years.
That's right.
I visited his jail cell. They still have his plate, his cup, and some of the things that he used while he was in jail. But his mindset was, all right, I'm locked in here. I'm in jail. I'm in this area, but my mind is on the other side of town. I'm thinking about what I want to do when I get out of here.
That's right.
So you can think about what you want to do. We may not be locked away like that, but we can be in an area where we can't help ourselves until you get to the next step or get to the next level. So and then you want to move out of that area and then come back and help your neighborhood. What are you going to give back to?
You have to lead by example.
Yeah. So what's next? Where do we go?
So my other book is 40 Things to Master Before After Age 40, and that's getting back to the basics with personal development. And I really wrote that one. I wrote that one first for the adults, because as I went into the schools as a college recruiter back in 2009, I noticed that a lot of the juniors and seniors I felt as if I was in front of fifth and sixth graders. And I realized then that this issue starts in the home. And so as a result, the parents, teachers, mentors have to be the ones to give this information. Aside from teaching,
Yeah.
aside from education, aside from parenting, it's a combination of everything. And it really starts, it should start that early. But if we're the ones, we're the adults, I'm just one person. So that's why I put it in the book, so that we can disseminate, right, and let it grow, let the information grow exponentially, so that we can really start making some changes.
Well, thank you for all that you do. Is there a website that we can go to find out more? Because they're going to give me a hard rap here.
Okay, yeah, again, the website is www.thinkoutsidetheblock-thebook.com, and that's also the title of one of my books, Think Outside the Block. And I have my fourth book is 100 Pages to Earn More Wages.
There you go. Sounds good. Samuel Goodman, youth empowerment advocate and author. Think Outside the Block. Got you covered. Thanks, man. Thanks, Samuel.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you got it. We'll take a break. I've got more open coming up next. Don't move.